This learning target is going to focus on being able to solve a radical equation. A radical equation is an equation with a radical where the variable is in the radicand. An example would be the square root of x plus 3 equals 4, where the variable that you're going to be solving for is in the radicand position. And there's basically 3 steps where you need to solve, or to be able to solve, a radical equation. Step 1, you want to isolate the radical on one side of the equation if necessary, and that just means get the part with the radical by itself. Then step 2, we want to undo that radical. So we're going to raise each side of the equation to the same exponent to eliminate the radical. And you will obtain either a linear, quadratic, or another polynomial equation. And again, remember, whatever power you raise the radical side to, you have to raise both sides to keep that balance with your equation. And then step 3 is going to be to solve the resulting equation using your basic algebra techniques. So if we look at the examples down here, our first example is 2 times the square root of x plus 1 equals 4. Doing step 1, I need to get this part with the radical by itself, or I need to isolate that on one side. The 2 is not part of that. It's 2 times the square root of x plus 1, so I need to undo the 2 first using division. And that will leave me with x plus 1, or the square root of x plus 1 equals 2. Now, step 2 is to raise each side of the equation to the same exponent. Well, the exponent that will undo square root is squaring, so I am going to square both sides of this equation. Square root and an exponent of 2 undo each other, and I will just be left with x plus 1. And on this side, 2 squared is equal to 4. Now I just have a basic algebra equation where I need to solve for x, and I can do so by subtracting 1 from both sides, and I'm left with x equals 3. Looking at another example with a different radical. This one is the cube root of 2x minus 9 minus 1 equals 2. Again, you want to isolate the radical, so I'm going to first add 1 to both sides, and now I have the radical term by itself on one side. For step 2, I'm going to raise both sides of this equation to the same exponent. Well, the exponent that will undo cube root is the third power. And so I'm going to raise both sides of this equation to the third power. That will leave me with 2x minus 9 equal to 8.